Day one of trying to get my husband to work. It's been 8 years.
I have never seen a plot twist quite like this. Hey guys, today we're talking about a TikToker healthcare worker, wannabe influencer really, who made a post complaining about how her husband has not had a job in 8 years. She says, "This is day one of trying to get my husband to get a job. It's been 8 years. So what do you mean it's day one of you trying to get him to get a job? Shouldn't it be day 365 times 8? I don't know what that is off the top of my head, sorry. Of you trying to get him to get a job. Because what happened on year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5? Okay, you should have been gone. Now, it turns out that she should have been gone for a big other reason.
Oklahoma County court documents revealing a disturbing series of allegations against a high school teacher.
But of course she's not. Now, if it's something that the internet does not like, especially on TikTok, is when women come online and they complain about their partners. They will either tell us a story time or film their husband doing something mildly awful. For example, I remember a TikTok about a year ago. This woman filmed her thermostat and she said, "Ugh, it's the middle of winter in some very cold state. They have a small child in the home. It's freezing. She has all these sweaters on. She's like, my husband doesn't like when I touch the thermostat. So today before work, he dismantled the thermostat and hit a piece so she couldn't put it back together. She didn't know how to put it back together." And everyone in the comments are like, "Hey, this is abuse. You have a child in the home as well." That's the pattern. The woman comes on and complains about her man and then gets mad at us for being upset on her behalf and makes an update video defending her man to the day. He was just joking. Big plot twist was revealed. This woman has deleted her entire account. Earlier today, her Facebook was still open, but her TikTok was gone. Now, her name is Jessica Mooney, and she went by Just Now 0 or something on TikTok. But
Husband to work. It's been 8 years since he's had a job. 8 years. Wait, 7 years. I can't do math. He has not worked since October 2018. That's irrelevant. In January, February this year, I was like, "Can you start working? Like, I'm tired of being your sugar mama. Like, I want to do some cooler things in life. Like, we're fine. It's not, I can provide for us. That's not the issue. The issue is that, like, we could be doing more. We could be saving more. We could be..."
You know what is equally unattractive? A liberal man and a man that don't.
oh, we got MAGA Queen here that's attributing this to has to insult liberal men on her way through it for some reason.
Day one of trying to get my husband to work. It's been 8 years since he's had a job.
Jess, we don't give a Don't care. Don't care. Because what are you even talking about? Oh, day one of trying to get my husband to work. It's been 8 years since he's had a job. Bitch, what? I think I speak for the collective when I say we are so sick and tired of y'all getting online complaining to us about y'all husbands. Tired of it. Tired of it, don't want to hear it. Because what are you even up here talking about? Something that the ladies don't ever seem to understand is that you set the precedent for your own relationship. Y'all will sit around and eat shit from a man for 8 years and then will act surprised why on the 9th year he's not offering you chocolate cake. Why would he put in the time and effort to make you and serve you a chocolate cake when you've settled for the shit out of his ass for almost a decade? I mean, genuinely. And then you got women in the comments talking about, well, you know what I would do is I would just apply for jobs for him. I would just apply.
One thing I'm not going to do is apply for jobs for you. First of all, I'm not going to let you just not have a job because there's any job that you could do. Go do DoorDash. Go do telemarketing. I did telemarketing in early sobriety when I couldn't really do anything else. And telemarketing hires anybody as long as you can make sales. And it was so hard and stressful. I don't like calling people. It was the hardest thing. It sucked. I sold solar panels for 2 weeks and then I said, I'm going back to the Spicy Club. I will stay sober. I will just have to stay sober at the Spicy Club because I cannot do this. I hate paperwork and I am not filling out your job application. Same with my kids when they get old enough to have a job. You fill that shit out. I didn't like 18 years of filling out paperwork for your damn school. You gotta do this. You have to make them do it themselves. Now, this is your partner. If he won't even fill out the job application, is he gonna even get up and go to the job? Go to the interview?
Apply for jobs for him. These are grown men. Grown men. It's one thing if you and your partner come to the mutual agreement that either you're going to be a stay-at-home mom or he's going to be a stay-at-home dad, right? But you're sitting here saying that he refuses. He's been refusing to work for 8 years. And it's like, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I make my social media content. So I bring money in every month. And if my husband was to look at me tomorrow and be like, look, we really are in a position where I need you to go get like a 9-to-5, I would go and get a 9-to-5. But you say he's flat out refusing for 8 years. So what did you do after the first year of him refusing to work? What'd you do? What about the second one? What about the third one? What about the 5th, 6th, 7th? I'm tired of having these conversations with women. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of having these conversations with the girls. I'm sick of it because y'all are the same ones who will finally divorce a man 20, 25 years down the line and then be like, oh, he wasted my life. He wasted my life. Didn't nobody waste your life but you, because you were actively choosing to continue to deal with shit that you knew you weren't okay with and weren't happy with probably the first, second, third year in. But here you are 8 years later up on social media talking about, oh, in the comments she was talking about, yeah, he wants to tell me that this is normal, hence me getting online to expose him, to call him out. That man don't give a and you know what? Pop off, King! Pop off! You done got a free ride for 8 years. I hope you get another 8. I hope you get another 8, sir. Because I'm done begging. I'm not gonna beg y'all to be proactive in y'all's own lives. I'm not gonna beg y'all to stop sitting around accepting crumbs and then wondering why you're never full. I'm not gonna beg. I've said it before on here like a year ago, and I'm gonna say it again today. All right? Y'all will sit around and continue to settle for shit that you don't like, continue to settle for shit that you don't find to be acceptable, settle for shit that does not make you happy, and then he'll sit around like, oh my God, he cheated on me and I keep going back, and oh my God, he just keeps cheating, as he should. As he should. Oh my God, he told me 8 years ago he refuses to work, and now 8 years later he still refuses to work, as he should. As he should. Suckers get licked, and you're a sucker. All right? You're a sucker. Either leave or work harder. Get a second or third job. I don't know what to tell you.
She said suckers get licked. And you're a sucker. But then we found out why this man lost his job 7 years ago, because he was a math teacher and a coach.
Day one of trying to get my husband to work. It's been 8 years since he's had a job. 8 years. Wait.
I'm sure a lot of you saw this video about this woman talking about her husband. This dude hasn't worked for 8 years and all she does is bash him. Understandably. They have 2 small kids, etc. But like any normal person, I was like, what does this dude look like? And I saw this picture posted right here. Right, this is them right here. This is her husband that doesn't work. And then there was another comment. William Mooney has been arrested on 10 counts of touching. He was a former teacher and did inappropriate things to 10 to 13-year-old kids. And she has stayed married to him, lets him be a stay-at-home dad with her children who are around this age. And before you say, oh, I don't know if that's the same person. Here's the town. He's wearing an Oklahoma shirt. But wait, you go on her website. Oh, I wonder what her last name is. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Like, sincerely, why are you with him still? What is wrong with you? What?
The reason why he lost his job in 2018 is because he was arrested and indicted on like 13 counts of inappropriately touching kids at the school he worked at.
The man is an alleged PDF file, by the way. That's why he hasn't worked in 7 years. A jobless, useless PDF file. He was a teacher and he was arrested. Where's the guy that said that the bar is on the ground because the sideburns on this man? And that's not even what we should be focusing on. She has a sacred marriage, she parents, and she lives with this man.
Because I'm your sugar mama. But 2, what do you do while I'm at work?
Everything. Literally everything. Dogs, yard, groceries, cleaning.
Cleaning.
Clean the house, landscaping. I do
This is
everything.
the clean house.
Yes. I was gone today. Ran errands today.
I'm getting mixed messages here because in some of the videos, I'm like, she's asking for help. That's a cry for help. But in others, it's like she's trying to convince us that he's a good catch.
He's my husband. That's not how it works. Jimmy will take vows like, till death do us part, in sickness and in health, the good, the bad.
The good, the bad means like if he breaks his leg and you have to be an in-home nurse for 6 months and he can't help you with anything, or he has a heart attack and you have to take care of him, or he has some kind of mental health, like it's not touching kids. Whatever the good, the bad means,
it does not mean touching kids.
Till death do us part, well, it's gonna be somebody's death because you were touching kids at school, allegedly. As far as we know, unless someone does a FOIA request, this man has not been convicted of anything. I don't know if he took a plea deal. I'm in no way diminishing what these kids allegedly went through, but because it was nothing too severe, it was like touching their legs a lot, maybe touching them over their clothes. From what I've gathered, I don't know if it was dropped or they were lessened to something that would not force you to be on the registry, and maybe if he took X and X classes, then it would be, there's a word for it. There's a word for it in law where they will take your charge and like put it over here, and if you complete what we tell you to complete, certain classes and learning certain things and therapy, deferred. It'll be deferred and then we'll throw it out like it never happened. I got so lucky, so I went and did one more search on this topic on TikTok before I decided to upload this video, and I found new information. So Miss Jessica Mooney had a second account where she was selling peptide, MLM, affiliate, whatever, peptides, and her husband is all over it. And as far as I know, this account is still up, just peptides or something, and somebody found out exactly what happened with this man's charges. According to this comment by Sally with the Powerpuff Girls as the profile picture, William Mooney wasn't found guilty by trial, but he accepted legal responsibility for 7 misdemeanor counts of assault on students. The court imposed punishment, probation, fines, and a teaching ban. So that's why he's not working. And victim impact statements were read in court. That's not the outcome of false accusations. And there's the case number if you want to look that up yourself, because she still goes on and on about how these were false accusations. She even has a video that says 10 lies ruined her life. I starved myself for months and had friends in level 3 around me. I don't know what that means. And saved me and fed my family. Then dug my way out of the whatever. Then pretended like 10 lies didn't ruin our life. Your husband ruined y'all's life. He took responsibility. Like I said, speculated earlier, his charges were probably dropped down to something lower. Like that's a normal thing that happens, especially if it's your first accusation, your first charge. They will let you plead guilty to something less than what they charged you with so that they don't have to go to trial. And that's exactly what it looks like happened here, Miss Jessica Mooney. But this is what Miss Ma'am Jessica Mooney had to say when everyone found out exactly why her husband hasn't had a job this whole time.
Oh yeah, she did delete her account. She deleted her account. This is the woman that came on the TikTok and said that in 8 years, her husband hasn't worked and she's her husband's sugar mama. And it seemed like she wanted to showboat her husband. But mind you, he was fired as a teacher and a coach from his middle school, and he was accused and arrested on 10 counts of lewd and indecent proposals or acts to a child under 16. But she did leave us with a farewell message before she deleted her whole account because she couldn't take the heat. Let me roll the clip for y'all.
I just want to be clear that whatever you're sharing and spreading, number 1 was resolved years ago. Number 2 was false accusations.
Resolved makes me feel like it was deferred on some kind of plan, some kind of cooperation on Mr. Man. Ooh, maybe he read it on some bigger PDF files. I watched too much Law and Order as the kids didn't want to testify. Like anything could have happened, but whatever. I'm gonna read you the news reports. Multiple kids came forward and told similar stories.
False accusations. Keep reading, keep reading.
That is so creepy. It was false accusations. So multiple different kids, middle school age kids, so like 10, 11, 12, 13, those aren't little kids. Not that little kids would be more apt to lie about this, but it's like they're old enough to be able to describe in detail what happened to them.
That has been handled and taken care of. Nobody's in danger, or y'all are crazy. But I'm limiting what I can say because obviously obviously legal reasons, and they were minor at the time, but no.
Did she just say the reasons were minor at the time anyway? No, that's not minor. That's called grooming. Do you think he was gonna stop there? That's the beginning of grooming. That's how it starts.
It's funny what children can lie about when you remove them out of class for talking. Just a caution to teachers of the world.
So all the kids, different kids that probably weren't even friends, like different kids from different classes, all told similar stories about SA because they were removed for talking. You are delusional.
But no. I would not be married or around anybody that did anything wild or crazy. But apparently America doesn't believe in innocent until proven guilty. You guys just assume guilt, which is wild. Also, two sides to every story. But online harassment or defamation of false things. Interesting. Okay.
I hate when they go to the defamation claim. It's defamation. It's defamation. Your husband was arrested for these things. We don't know what the conclusion is. I'm sure you have the paperwork. Why don't you show us? She's huffing and puffing at us. You're the one who introduced us to your husband. You should have left that little story time in the drafts, because we didn't need to know that he didn't work for 8 years. And now look.
Interesting.
I have a question for Jess, but she decided to exit stage left expeditiously, so I'm going to ask y'all. If this man was cleared of all charges, if the accusations were false, then why has he been unemployed since the incident for the last 8 years? Why hasn't he went and got another teaching job or used his degree for another position? Why is she his sugar mama? And why the would she come up on here and try to showboat that man to us the way she did? No one asked for her to come tell us that her bum of a husband hasn't worked for 8 years. Like, you didn't have to tell anybody this, then that you were a sugar mama, or to even post what he looks like. You did that on your own, and the internet did its job, which is figured out who this man is. Like, for TikTok to be like almost 5-6 years old and y'all not to understand how this app works and to continue to shoot yourselves in the foot when it comes to these shit men is crazy to me. I'm tired of y'all. I got fatigue.
In custody, a former I don't know how to pronounce this, Katusa? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Teacher and coach is now in custody. William Levi Mooney, 32, has been arrested on 10 counts of lewd or indecent proposals or acts to a child under 16. Mother says Oklahoma Public School told her to keep silent about inappropriate touching. Catoosa, Oklahoma, a mother speaking out tonight after a former Catoosa teacher accused of inappropriately touching students turned himself in. The woman says that former teacher William Levi Mooney touched her daughter while she was in his class last October. She didn't want to go to school. She locked herself in her room, said a mother of a daughter who attends the school. This mother, who has a translator, is scared to even speak out. So he was targeting children of immigrants, I'm assuming, somebody who couldn't, like, they can't speak English yet. That sounds like somebody who is an immigrant, so you're targeting children of immigrants. Allegedly. Anger and frustration are the only emotions this mother has toward the school and the teacher. She went up there and the school told her not to say anything, to keep quiet, said a relative translating for the mother. William Mooney is accused of touching nearly a dozen different girls in his class. The mother is afraid to speak out. The first time he touched her on the leg, the second time on the chest, said the mother. An arrest affidavit states the alleged touching happened between last August and October 2018 at Wells Middle School. It states Mooney would touch the students during class. The affidavit says the students' ages range from 11 to 13. Many of them later told campus police it made them feel uncomfortable and afraid to say anything. It was boys too. But this mother says her daughter came to her last year. Why Mooney is just now receiving the warrant and turning himself in is beyond her. She went up there to complain about it, and they told her to be quiet. Since the incident, this mother says her daughter is afraid to go to school and isn't sure if she'll be returning to Catoosa this year. We reached out to the district for comment, but our calls were not returned. So I don't know why this man wasn't convicted of anything. I don't know if the charges were dropped. It's all very disturbing. Something happened, in my opinion. I'm just waiting for a student from that time to pop up and say something. And I'll be keeping an eye out for that before I'm done editing this video so that I could add it in. You know, they would be adults now, of course.
That's Jessica. Jessica deleted her account already. She actually deleted it just a couple of hours ago after she posted a follow-up video, because this video is not one of your typical, oh, I hate my husband, he's a piece of shit, he doesn't do what he's supposed to videos that we always see from women who are never actually going to end up leaving their husbands. They just want to come on the internet and complain to everybody about them. No, this video is a bit more sinister than that, because there's a reason Jessica's husband hasn't worked in years, and it might happen to be this. It's because her husband was facing 10 counts of lewd molestation to his students. So in this report, it says the investigation started with a few students telling the campus police officers that Mooney's touching made them feel uncomfortable and they had been too afraid to say anything. The girls are all between 11 and 13 years old. This part's also going to be important to note. All 10 of the female students were forensically interviewed at the Child Advocacy Center in Claremore. This was a statement that was released from the DA. The Catoosa School Police contacted our sexual assault DA investigator. They worked cooperatively, interviewed the students who disclosed, submitted the police report to our office, and the prosecutor did find probable cause to file the charges. Now, I say it's important to know that these kids were forensically interviewed, these children, because in Jessica's follow-up video, she was going on a tangent about how people are just defaming her husband and lying, which isn't true. People sharing the objective fact that her husband was charged with 10 counts of lewd molestation is not defamatory, because that is true, it's a fact. And she chalked it up to kids just lying because they had their phones taken away from them in class.
Obviously, legal reasons, and they were minors at the time, but no. It's funny what children can lie about when you remove them out of class for talking. Just a caution to teachers of the world, but
10 separate children. But here's the most interesting part. The complaint was filed in October and the investigation didn't start until a year later. And I want to share with you an interview from one of the mothers. She went up there and the school told her not to say anything and to keep quiet. The mother is afraid to speak out after she says the district told her not to, even after she reported her daughter accusations to the district. The first time he touched her on the leg, the second time on the breast, an arrest affidavit states the alleged touching happened between August and October at the Wells Middle School. I think the most important thing regarding this entire crazy scenario and rabbit hole you go down from that woman's post is the fact that the district took a whole year after it was first reported to the campus police. It took a whole year before any sort of charges or arrests were made because the district was trying to keep it quiet. Then she posted this, which obviously was deleted alongside her account. So this is what she posted before she deleted her account, on top of a video where she was talking about how everybody's just spreading lies. You only need to learn how to read, but keep harassing and spreading lies. It's not spreading lies when people are saying your husband was charged with lewd molestation on 10 different counts to 10 different young girls aging between the ages of 11 and 13, because that's an objective fact of something that happened. Just because something was dismissed, let's all understand this. Something being dismissed does not equate someone being not guilty. We've seen that happen in a court of law many times.
See, now I'm looking at Jessica Mooney real side-eyed because she posted a screenshot of the 3 charges that were dismissed, but purposely neglected to talk about the fact that 7 of them did not get dismissed. They just got lowered to a misdemeanor assault as opposed to a sex crime. So she knew exactly what she was doing. She posted a screenshot of the document that shows alludes to some form of innocence, when that's not what happened at all. That's why it was only 3 that were dismissed in the interest of justice, so that he could accept guilt for 7 counts of something else to at least charge him with something. And then, of course, she deleted her whole account, which tells me that she realized, someone could probably look up the actual court documents that says everything, and let me just delete this before it goes too far.
And then she tried to tell teachers to watch out. All you teachers need to watch out and be prepared for kids lying on you. Kind of a crazy statement to make. She's obviously standing by her husband. you know, just wanted to come on the internet and complain about him the way that most miserable wives do without actually doing anything about it, except that in this particular scenario, the reason behind why her husband wasn't working 7 years is just a bit more sinister.
Well, come here then, dang. Well, Jessica, you better keep your job at that little salon you work at. Jessica works at Divine Health and Wellness, is a medical wellness clinic located in downtown Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Jessica has over 7 years of experience in the healthcare field. Her journey began at St. Francis Children's Hospital. Oh, good. Access to more children in Tulsa. From there, during the pandemic, Jessica took her commitment to healthcare further by traveling across the country to assist in the fight against the pandemic. Jessica is now bringing her passion and expertise to Divine Health and Wellness. They do Botox and filler and facials and stuff. She is excited to join a supportive team that shares her dedication to patient care and eager blah, 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 blah. Now, I did notice that there is no accreditations in this description. It doesn't say she's a nurse or an LPN or a physician's assistant. She is just the clinic manager. So I don't know. She does paperwork. She's not an actual licensed health anything, because if she was, they would have put that in there. Well, Jess, you better take up some extra shifts, maybe some overtime, because first of all, your husband's not going to get a job. He's never going to get a job. And if you divorce him, you're going to end up paying him alimony. So good luck with that.
Doesn't burn visceral fat as much, but it can help build muscle, helps with sleep. That's a great one. Melanotan helps with tanning. It can cause dark spots. B12. That's not really a peptide, but that's a good injection option. I like BioBoost better. CJC Ipamorelin. I have not tried this one. I have someone in office. She loves this. Like, she working out.
Let me know what you guys thought of this story. Thanks for watching.